Hello, hockey fans. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone had a great Friday, beginning of the weekend. Treated me well. We did well on our picks. Washington, our best bet hit. Detroit, upset hit. Minnesota, Washington, parlay hit. The only one that didn't hit was the Boston, Arizona game over 6. And I watched a good part of that game. It was a good game. 5 out of the 6 wagers paid. Picks were perfect. Saturday, January 29th, 2022. We'll see if we can keep it rolling. We got some morning hockey. We got some matinee hockey. We got some evening hockey. We'll make some picks here. Anaheim against Ottawa is number 1. Ottawa 4-3-3 in their last 10 with an overtime decision. Matt Murray listed to be in net. Anaheim, John Gibson listed to be in net for the Ducks. 4-5-1 in their last 10. Current 1-game winning streak. Ottawa last played Carolina on Thursday in a game that went the distance. It was determined in a shootout. The Canes ended up getting the win 3-2. Ottawa outshot Carolina 39-29, outhit Carolina 39-20. Both teams had a couple man advantage opportunities, neither able to convert. Ottawa has a 4-game point streak going right now. Matt Murray playing well, 3-0-2 in his last 5 and a .939 save percentage. Anaheim only 1 point behind first place in the Pacific with 52 points. Last game also on Thursday when they played Montreal. 5-4 win for the Ducks. Another showmanship goal by Zegras. Montalban didn't even see that one coming. Effortless too, the way he went around the net and lifted that puck and put it in. He had 2 goals in that game. Canadiens rallied. I mean, in the third, they stayed in the game. They brought the game within 1. They just didn't have enough time to bring it even. And the Ducks were able to hold on and get the W. Anaheim also has a 4-game point streak going. Some big wins lately. I mean, 5-1 over Tampa, 5-3 over Boston. That 4-3, I mean, that was a Toronto overtime game. That was good hockey. Anaheim is a little better in the health category, a little stronger, I think. Last of 2 games between these 2 teams, November 26th, it was a 4-0 win for the Ducks. Moneyline minus 125 for Anaheim or 1.8, over under set at 5.5, plus 105 or 2.05 for the Senators. I like the visiting favorite Anaheim Ducks to get that win. Next game, we got the LA Kings against Philadelphia, another morning game. Carter Hart listed to be in net for the Flyers. They're 0-8-2 in their last 10, current 4-game losing streak. The LA Kings have Jonathan Quick listed to be in net, 6-3-1 in their last 10 with a current 1-game winning streak. Philly, 13 straight losses now. Last one Tuesday when they played a game against the New York Islanders, 4-3 loss to New York. Flyers outshot 33-17, 0-1 on the power play, outhit 28-19. And they somehow stayed in the game, right? I mean, 1.5 minutes into the third, and it was a 3-3 game. When the president of hockey operations and the general manager have to do a media little piece that there's a problem, and they sure didn't look very happy. I mean, the Flyers' goal differential now has dropped to a minus 42. Just a train wreck, right? I mean, it's an absolute train wreck, unfortunately. LA also played the New York Islanders, their last game, which was on Thursday, a 3-2 win for the Kings. Quentin Bayfield scoring his first NHL goal to open things in the first period for LA. And then the Kings led from that point on, staying ahead of New York to get the W. Kings on a 6-game road trip, and so far they're 2-0-1. Back-to-back here going into the weekend. Sunday they play a tilt against Pittsburgh. This concludes play between these 2 teams. Played once already, New Year's Day, when the Kings doubled up the Flyers 6-3. Health has to go to the Kings here, and no reason why LA should not win this game. Money line minus 165 or 1.6 for LA, over under set at 5.5, plus 145 or 2.45 for Philly. And then you have to wonder, right? I mean, early game, West traveling east. Could Philly pull out a win here? Catch LA sleeping, thinking about Pittsburgh? Tough to say. It wouldn't surprise me if Philly gets a win, but I like LA there. I like him in that spot. I'm picking LA. Next game was a Seattle Islanders game, which is one that's postponed, so we'll move right on into a Central Division matchup. where we have Winnipeg taking on St. Louis. St. Louis 7-3-0 in their last 10, current one-game winning streak. Binnington listed to be in net for the Blues. Winnipeg, Connor Hellebuyck, and they're 3-5-2 in their last 10, current two-game losing streak. Blues third in the division with 57 points. St. Louis played a pair of games this week against the Calgary Flames. Monday 7-1, lost to Calgary, and then Thursday they righted the ship with a 5-1 victory over Calgary. Husso on fire, perfect so far this calendar year with a 6-0-0 record, named second star of the game. Braden Shen playing strong with points in 4 of his last 5 games. Tarasenko has been kept out of the goals column, but definitely playing good hockey. I mean, helpers in 5 of his last 6. Look to him to find some twine soon. Winnipeg, they're 6th in the division with 41 points. Jets had Vancouver Canucks in town on Thursday, and the Canucks handed Winnipeg a 5-1 loss. Shots were balanced at 33-34 in favor of the Jets, but they were 0 for 3 when up a man and gave up 2 when down a man. And that formula is not going to win you games in this league. 6 straight losses now for the Jets. Jets missing some important pieces in the back end. Josh Morrissey's missing, Dylan DeMello, Logan Stanley, and now Nathan Beaulieu all out for the Jets. So definitely some adversity there. This is number 3 of 4 so far split, right? 3-2 shootout win for the Blues on November 9th, and then December 19th it was a 4-2 win for the Jets. Binnington's listed. If he's not in for some reason, you got to think they go back to Husso the way he's been playing. I'd maybe feel more comfortable if Husso was in net. Binnington only over 900 once in his last 5. Blues basically at full strength here. They're 17-4-2 at home as well. Strong. Money line plus 155 or 2.55 for the Jets. Over under set at 5.5. Minus 175 or 1.57 for St. Louis. I like the home favorite. I like a lot of favorites today. I just don't feel the upsets as much today for some reason. Maybe it's going to be a day for the favorites. We'll wait and see. We'll know soon. Games start in a few hours. Number 5, San Jose against Florida. Florida, Sergei Bobrovsky listed to be in net, 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. San Jose with James Reimer in net, 5-4-1 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak. Florida number 1 in the Atlantic with 65 points, tied with Colorado for first place in league standings. Thursday, a game versus Vegas, 4-1 victory for the Panthers. Florida was down 1-0 in the first until a shorthanded goal from Alexander Barkov, his 200th NHL goal, which brought the game even, and the Panthers went on and scored 3 more to secure the W. Heavy hitting game with 68 hits registered between clubs. Good game for Spencer Knight, stopping 24-25, a .960 save percentage. Florida, very strong home record. Another team with a very strong home record. This one's incredibly strong. 22-3-0. Second in goals for, strongest goal differential at a plus 53. Florida's a good team. San Jose's last action, a game against Washington, which ended in a 4-1 win over the Capitals. James Reimer with a good game, only letting 1 puck find the back of the net on 33 shots. Reimer's performance, though, has been really streaky, and consistency is something he hasn't been able to find yet this season. First of 2 games between these teams. They play again in the middle of March. San Jose on the money line, 3.45, big dog, plus 245, over under set at 6.5. Florida, heavily favored, minus 305 or 1.32. I definitely look to Florida to win that game. If you wanted to go on the puck line, it wouldn't scare me either. Minus 1.5, pays 1.83 or minus 120. I'm just going Florida to win that game. Next game, Edmonton against Montreal. Montreal is 1-6-3 in their last 10, current 2-game losing streak. Caden Bremu listed to be in net against Edmonton, with Koskinen again between the pipes, 3-5-2 in their last 10, current 3-game winning streak. Montreal did what they could on Thursday when they played their last game versus Anaheim. They outshot the Ducks 40-24, 1 for 2 on the power play, outhit the Ducks 21-14, but gave up 2 when down a man and ended up losing in of a 5-4 final. Both Montreal goalies, Premu and Montembeault, each with a turn in net. Jake Evans with a good game, getting a pair of goals. Montreal did not give up. I mean, they played the full 60 minutes. Definitely not a bad showing for a team that sits last in goals for and goals against. Edmonton appears to have turned a corner after winning the Battle of Alberta last weekend when they beat Calgary 5-3. Then 2 more wins this week, 3-2 overtime victory over Vancouver, and also a 3-2 shootout victory over Nashville. Connor McDavid with a goal in the game and the winner in the shootout. It was a battle and a nice W for the Oilers. And now all the excitement, obviously, with Evander Kane joining the lineup, number 91, after signing a deal for the rest of the season. It'll be good to see him come into the lineup and see how he meshes with these guys, but I think it's going to make Edmonton even more powerful, right? Another first meeting. This is one of 2. Money line minus 245 or 1.4 for Edmonton, the favorite. Minus 1.5 on the puck line, pays an even 100 or 2.0. Montreal plus 205 or 3.05. You got to go Edmonton here to get number 4. You got to. Over-under set at 6.5 for that game. I like Edmonton. That's my pick. Next, Atlantic Division matchup. Toronto against Detroit. Detroit has Alex Nedeljkovic listed to be in net. 3-4-3 in their last 10 with a current 1-game winning streak. Toronto, Peter Mrazek's been confirmed to be in net. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. Current 2-game winning streak. Detroit back at an even 500 after a beautiful game they played and won against a good Pittsburgh team. A 3-2 final for Detroit. A shootout. Picard was awesome, stopping 30 of 32. Giovanni Smith with opening goal in the first. Zadina with a power play goal. And Lucas Raymond with the winner in the shootout. Both goalies, Picard and Smith, were excellent in this game. Much needed win for Detroit, right? And then playing the Leafs team, though, 3rd in the division with 55 points, 10 points behind first place Florida. But they also have 5 games in hand. You got to start looking at that, right? I mean, the difference in the number of games played is pretty drastic at times. Last game, Wednesday versus Anaheim, took a shootout with the Leafs on top, 4-3. You could say the power play won the game for the Leafs. They were 3 for 4 with the man advantage. Outshot the Ducks 44-20. Toronto now number 1 in the power play category, converting at 30.6%. This is a second of a 4-game series. October 30th, the Leafs won 5-4. Peter Mrazek, he was in net for Toronto on that game as well. Money line minus 220 for Toronto or 1.45. Over-under set at 6. Detroit plus 180 or 2.8. Great original 6 matchup here between these two teams. And I know Detroit's coming off a high with that win, and I like that win they had. I just don't see them getting past Toronto here. Toronto's going to be my pick. Definitely has to be my pick. Number 8, we got Vegas against Tampa. Tampa has Andrei Vasilevsky listed to be in net. They're 8-2-0 in their last 10, current 2-game winning streak. Vegas with Robin Leonard, 3-4-3 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Tampa edged out a win on Thursday versus New Jersey Devils. 3-2 was the final. 2-2 halfway through the third, and then a goal from Anthony Cirelli. That would end up being the winner. Bolts had a 5-on-5 goal, a power play goal, and a shorthanded goal in the game. 1 for 1 on the power play. Kucherov continuing to perform consistently with a goal and 7 helpers in his last 5 games. Vasilevsky having another awesome season, a 24-7-3 record. Vegas, they're first in the Pacific with 53 points. 13th, though, in league standings. Last action, a game against Florida, and the Panthers took the W with a 4-1 final score. Knights had a 1-0 lead and then gave up a shorthanded goal. The score, I mean, doesn't really do Vegas justice because there were a couple empty net goals there. So it was more of a 2-1 game and then a couple empty net goals. Knights, they won 63% of the puck drop battle, which was good to see. Vegas, I mean, they don't have a good last 10, right? And they seem to really be struggling when they're playing better teams. I mean, the last 10 losses include losses to Florida, Carolina, Pittsburgh, Toronto. The last 2 wins were just a 1-0 win over Washington, and then a 4-3 they edged out an overtime victory over Montreal. So not that impressive. Series wraps up here. Teams met once, December 21st, a 4-3 victory for the Bolts. I know Vegas continues to get healthier, but I just don't see them beating Tampa here. Plus 135 for Vegas or 2.35 over under set at 6. Tampa minus 155 or 1.64. I like Tampa to win that game. Next one, Metropolitan Division matchup. We got New Jersey against Carolina. Carolina, Frederik Andersen listed to be a net 7-2-1 in their last 10. Current 2-game winning streak. New Jersey with John Gillies confirmed to be a net 3-7-0 in their last 10. Current 3-game losing streak. Carolina, second in the division, 1 point behind the new leader, Pittsburgh. Although 4 games in hand. Thursday, the Canes played Ottawa game, determined in the shootout, 3-2 win for Carolina. Frederik Andersen with a solid outing, stopping 37-39, a .949 save percentage. Svechnikov with the winner in the shootout. Had to look a little deeper when I remembered when these teams met a week ago and the Devils won that game 7-4 against a team that's first place in the penalty kill and first place team in goals against, right? Odd. So I had to look a little deeper. The Devils, they're 7th in the division with 35 points. Last game, a 3-2 loss to Tampa on Thursday. 3 straight losses this week. Last win was the game against Carolina. Jesper Pratt playing solid with a 7-game point streak going right now. Goalie John Gillies, he was in net for New Jersey when they won that game against Carolina. This is the second in a 4-game set between these teams. Devils got a really bad road record as well. They're 5-12-2 on the road. And then when you look at Carolina, that's 14-4-1 at home. Money line plus 250 or 3.5 for New Jersey. Over under set at 6.5. I like the under here. Pays 1.8 or minus 125. Carolina minus 310 or 1.32. It's Whalers night in Carolina, right? The theme's going to be green. Everything's going to be green. And even the mascot whale is going to be present. Carolina is going to bring their best game, and they're going to look to even this series. I mean, this could be a whale of a game. That's a bad attempt at humor, I guess. Anyway, number 10, Buffalo against Arizona. Arizona, Karl Vejmelka listed to be a net 3-6-1 in their last 10, current 4-game losing streak. Buffalo has Craig Anderson listed to be a net 3-5-2 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Coyotes here on a back end of back-to-back hockey. A narrow 2-1 loss to Boston Friday night. I watched a good portion of that game, and I would have liked to see some more goals, but it was a good game, a really good hockey game. I mean, great net minding on both ends of the ice. Both goalies actually named stars of that game. Playing a Buffalo team that has had challenges between the pipes, just trying to keep guys healthy. And I think we're going to see Craig Anderson back in net here. I know Craig Anderson and Tokarski are the 2 goalies traveling with the team. Craig Anderson hasn't played since November 2nd, and Tokarski hasn't played since November 29th. Sabres' last game was Tuesday when they were blanked by Ottawa, a 5-0 loss to the Senators. Not that excited about this one. I mean, I think a lot of it depends on Vejmelka. I mean, if he's gets the nod and he's in net, I mean, he could be a difference maker for sure. This will wrap up another series played back on October 16th. 2-1 final decided in the shootout win for Buffalo. Money line minus 125 or 1.8 for the Sabres. Over under set at 6. Plus 105 or 2.05 for Arizona. I like the dog here, home dog, Arizona to get that win. Last one, we got a Pacific Division matchup. Number 11, Vancouver against Calgary. Calgary with Jacob Markstrom listed to be in net. 4-6-0 in their last 10, current 1-game losing streak. Vancouver, Thatcher Demko could be back here. If not, it'll obviously be Spencer Martin. 4-4-2 in their last 10, current 1-game winning streak. Flames, 4th in the division with 46 points. Calgary played St. Louis twice this past week. Split games, Monday 7-1 victory for Calgary. And then a turnaround, Calgary lost 5-1. Middle of the week, they also squeezed in a game when they played Columbus. Dominating win for the Flames when they won that game 6-0. Gaudreau and Tkachuk both playing really well for Calgary right now. Vancouver 3 points behind Calgary in 7th with 43 points off a 5-1 win Thursday at Winnipeg. JT Miller scoring first, 3 goals for the Canucks. Vancouver was perfect on the power play, going 2 for 2. Perfect on the penalty kill, keeping the Jets off the scoreboard when down a man. And again, I think Demko could be back between the pipes here if he's good to go. I mean, if not, obviously Spencer Martin should be it. Historically, the edge goes to Vancouver. The series sits at 51-48. First of 4 between these two teams. But if you look at goal differential, Calgary sits at a plus 28, Vancouver at a minus 10. Money line plus 167 for Vancouver, or 2.67. Over under set at 5.5. Minus 192, or for Calgary, 1.52. I like the favorite here. I like Calgary to win that game. The bets I'm going to lay, my best bet, I'm going to go Carolina. I know it doesn't pay a lot. I just feel very good about that game, and I think Carolina will easily win that one. I'm going to go 2 parlays. I'm going to do an Alberta parlay where I'm going to go Calgary and Edmonton, both on the money line. I'm going to up that parlay to 3, 3, and 3. 5 on that best bet. And then the Anaheim, St. Louis parlay, I'm going to go 2, 2, and 2. Carolina, New Jersey under 6.5, and then I'm also going to do 3 on Arizona to win. 3 on Arizona to win. Carolina, New Jersey under 6.5, 3 there. Anaheim, St. Louis 2, 2, 2 parlay. Calgary, Edmonton parlay, all on the money line, 3, 3, and 3, and then Carolina best bet. Calgary to beat Vancouver. Arizona to beat Buffalo. Carolina to beat New Jersey. Tampa to beat Vegas. Toronto to beat Detroit, Edmonton to beat Montreal, Florida to beat San Jose, St. Louis to beat Winnipeg, LA to beat Philly, Anaheim to beat Ottawa. Hope everyone has a great Saturday. Good luck with your picks. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.